Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic and puzzle called Hariyama today. Apparently based on, because it looks a bit like a certain Pokemon character. I should probably say a certain Pokemon, and I don't know if that's a singular or the right descriptor for this kind of thing. Not an expert in Pokemon. Anyway, this is by a combination of constructors who've both featured on the channel before, Just a Little Guy and Chef of Death, and they've teamed up and started collaborating, and they're getting used to each other's setting style, and this is one of the outputs of that. So I'm looking forward to giving it a go. It's got some fairly standard rules, one tiny little twist, I think, and we'll look at this in a moment. Don't forget that on Patreon we've got all the gridogram connections and some very tough crossword videos as well, and of course from the first of the month we bring you a new Sudoku hunt each month, or we try to. And we'd love you to join us there and check in. And there's also, of course, all of our apps. They feature Line Sudoku and Killer Sudoku, but they also feature Classic Sudoku too, and the Worms. Some really interesting challenges there. What else we got? We've got we're streaming on Monday night. That's coming up, obviously, and we'd love you to join us in the Blueprints house yet again. We've also got Friday crossword masterclass videos. We've got Wordle in a minute every day and Minute Cryptic. Loads of puzzle content. We love it when you join with us and do things. And we are going to be looking at this puzzle today, which is called Hariyama. And the rules are fairly straightforward. Well, almost exactly what you'd expect from the lines and cages. Normal Sudoku rules apply. 1 to 9 will go in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Box borders divide blue lines into segments with an equal sum. So that pair will equal the same total as that pair, the same as that cell, and that pair, and that pair. Obviously, different lines can have different sums. Digits in a cage don't include repeats, and they sum to the given total, so these 3 cells will add to 9. Cages marked with an A sum to the same total, which we've obviously got to deduce. Those are the rules. Give it a try on that first link under the video. You can look at the video length to gauge how hard I found it. I'm going to start now. Let's get cracking. Now, I have always liked both the puzzles of Just a Little Guy and Chef of Death, so I'm looking forward to this. 29 cage has to contain 9875. That's the only what I would call a given cage here. Now, that means the other digits in the box are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. And 2 of them add up to the same total. So they have to have the same overall parity. In fact, is there only one combination? I can see they could both add up to 7 with a 6, 1 and a 3, 4 pair. And that would leave 2 in the corner. I think, therefore, this corner is always going to be even, because that's an odd total. These will add up to an even total between them. Whatever x is on this line, that's going to be 2x. And the box always has to add up to the same total. You know the answer is 45, the sum of the digits 1 to 9. So that's going to leave this corner being even. Now, was 7 the only pair here? No. 5 would work if one of them was 2, 3, and one of them was 1, 4. And that would leave a 6 in the corner. Could it be a 4 in the corner? Then these would add up to 12. No, that's not possible because 1, 5 is not one of the options. So the n on this line, I called it an x a moment ago, but I normally call it an n. The segment sum is either 5 or 7. So this digit, which is a representation of that n in one cell, is either 5 or 7. That digit, by the way, cannot appear anywhere on this blue line. It sees all of its cells. But I don't think that's going to be wildly relevant. Now, these are the other pairs that either add up to 5 or 7. Is there something to stop them being a 1, 2, or a 3, 4? Not obviously. We got a start in box 1. It didn't lead very far. Okay, I'm going to look at these cells in a 9 cage. I've only just noticed there's a vast amount of symmetry with these, sort of mirror symmetry about this axis, with the 10 cages mirroring each other and the A cages. We don't know what A is, but they do mirror each other. But then these cages in the corner, one is 9 and one is 10. And that is kind of the differentiator in this puzzle between what would otherwise be two very flippable results. Anyway, these in the 9 cage, and this was where it doesn't apply to the 10 cage, have to be from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, I would not normally pencil mark all of those candidates, but we're using up candidates from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in this row very quickly. There's going to be another one in the 10 cage. This either consists of 1, 9, 2, 8, 3, 7, or 4, 6. And that's going to use the last digit from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's not going to be a 5. Therefore, these include 4 of the digits from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but not 5. And the 5 must be in one of these two cells and not there. Now this 9 cage, it's got a 5 in it. The only way to make it up is 1, 3, 5. And that is quite an interesting way to find that out about this cage. There is either a 1 or a 3 in these two cells. I wonder if that's true about these. They either add up to 7, in which case they're 3, 4, or 1, 6. Note the existence of an odd digit there. Or they add up to 5, in which case they're 1, 4, or 2, 3. So the second digit from 1 and 3 is going to be used up here. So 1 and 3 cannot exist in this 10 cage. So it must be two even digits. Now I am going to rule out 4, 6, actually. Yes, I was going to say I'm not ruling out 2, 8, but I am going to rule out 4, 6 because there wouldn't be room for 7, 8, 9 in the row. That's the way to express it. 7 and 9 now do go in the remaining cells in the row. And that is a really interesting start to the puzzle. Now, it doesn't work down here because those two could include a 7. They don't have to be from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I wonder if there's something going on. No, I don't know. Now, hang on. If this is a 7, these can't include a 2. That leaves them 2 options. If it's a 5, they must be a 1, 4 pair. Okay, do I need to think about column 1 first or the rest of the top of the puzzle? I just don't know. These include a 1 or a 3. Oh, they don't include. Oh, there's a 2, 8 pair looking at the corner. Oh, that's huge. Right. These now do add up to 10, and therefore each segment adds up to 5, and that digit is a 5, and we're getting actual digits in the puzzle. This, we've worked out, doesn't have a 2 in. It's a 1, 4 pair. This one, not so clear whether it's 2, 3 or 1, 4. But this doesn't have a 2 in either, so that's a 1, 4 pair. So this is a 2, 3 pair. That still doesn't tidy up this. However, now we can look at column 1, I imagine. This 10 cage doesn't have a 2, a 3, or a 6 in it. I think it has to be 1, 9, and that is going to sort out this little pair. What's it going to do for this cage? The lowest digits we could put here now, given that 1, 2, and 3 are gone, are 4, 5, and that is going to give the only possible resolution. So that's a 1. This is 4 and 1. The remaining digits in this column are 7 and 8. Oh, that 5 didn't sort out this 7, 9 pair. Now, 5 in an 11 cage must go with 2 and 4. It can't go with 1 and 5. So we can actually write in the 2 and 4 based on both of these pairs. It's nice, this. It's not None of these steps have been crazy difficult, but you've had to look for the right things. It's really well organized as a puzzle. I hope you can really see that, because it is beautiful. Now, what's next though? So I haven't touched these A's yet, not with a 10-foot barge pole. It's 5 that ends up unable to appear on this line. I don't find that. Oh, no, I don't find that very interesting. Okay, what I do find interesting is I could put in the candidates here in a column where 1, 2, 4, and 5 have already gone. And I could put in the candidates here in a column where 2, 3, 4, and 5 have already gone. And maybe we can reach some sort of matching on this line. Now, you're going to say, oh, but this could be any of 3 digits from 6, 7, 8, 9 repeating. But the trouble with that is then they would add up to at least 21, and you couldn't make them up in box 5. Therefore, the 1 must be involved in this group, and the 3 must be involved in this group. I think that conclusion is perfectly valid. Actually, it was there was a close point where 398 in this group adds up to 20, and 189 in this group. No, and 678 in this group adds up to 21, and that's a near match, which would have destroyed the idea that the low digit had to appear in both regions, but that didn't quite work. So my conclusion was okay, if not beautifully drawn. Anyway, there's a 3 in this group, and then 2 digits that add up to somewhere between 13 and 17 to go with that 3. But that pairing must be 2 fewer than the combination that adds up to somewhere between 13 and 17 here. So here it's somewhere between 13 and 15. And here it's somewhere between 15 and 17. And now, because of that 7 or 8 possibility, it's got to include the 9 here. So what I'm saying is the other 2 digits in this trio that aren't 1 have to add up to at least 15, because the fact that the minimum here is 16, 7, 6, 3. So the other 2 digits here have to add up to at least 15. Well, they can't do that by being a 7-8 pair. So they have to use a 9 now. And these, I want to say they can't use a 9, but that's not a fair conclusion. This digit is 6, 7, or 8. If this was 3, 6, 7, that would be 9, that would be 8. This would be 1, 6, 9. That wouldn't be allowed to be 8, but it could be 7. Okay, that doesn't get it done. It's very close. This is really tight. It's very clever, actually. This digit, I'm just going to write 6, 7, 8, or 9 for now. And I know it's not 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Oh, goodness. Oh, I'm forgetting, aren't I, that we have to be able to make this total here, whatever it is. Right. The minimum is 3, 6, 7. That is 16. These digits have to add to a total of a minimum of 16. So they're either 9, 7 or 9, 8. We've now got a 6, 7, 8, 9 quad. And those digits are 1 and 3. But I think we're probably doing more than that. We're limiting this to being either 3, 6, 7 or 3, 6, 8 to add up to 16 or 17. Can't have a 9 there, and we definitely have a 6 there. Now that's not a 6, and now this is a 7, 8, 9 triple, and that is a 6. And now there's not a 6 here. And what is it we're adding up to? Either 16 or 17, not 18, so I'm removing the 8. That's a 197. and we are adding up to 17. That's a 9-8 pair. This digit's a 7. Hopefully that's going to work with making this add up to 17, which is 368. There we go. Oh, that is really beautiful. Anyway, 179, this digit becomes an 8. This digit must be known. It's a 9 now. That makes this one a 7, and this one has also become a 7. And remaining digits in box 4 are 4, 5, 6, 7, aren't they? Remaining digits in box 2 are 3, 5, 7, and 6. That's not very interesting for the A cages yet. We're going to have to deal with this smiley mouth blue line at some point. Don't know how. 7, 1, 3, 5. I don't know where to look next, actually. And it's a little hard to imagine that everything is all going to get disambiguated. I've only got these A cages and this line to go. And this line splits into little groups of 2 all over. Oh, okay, I'm finding this a bit strange now. I've basically done the first 2 blue lines fully. Right, I'm missing something somewhere. How about parity in these A cages? This digit, the only odd possibility here is a 9. Is that interesting? No, I don't think it actually is. This is 2, 3, 6, 8, or 9. This is 2, 4, 6, 8, or 9. I mean, it looks to me like these have many, many possibilities for what A could add up to. And it really is very unconstrained. Oh, these are not bunches of 2-cell lines. That's a 4-cell part. Oh, well, that makes a difference. Right. What is the maximum we can add up to in these two, say? 8 and 6 equals 14. So the minimum for this group is 14. Now, does that mean I can force a 1 onto the line? Not quite, because 14, in that one specific example, could avoid putting a 1 on this line. It could be 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's just think about that a bit more. This would be an 8-6 pair. Oh, it is about 1, isn't it? Sorry, look, that 1 is looking at this thing. That is a 1, and now there can't be a 1 on this line, and we've found out what it is from what we just did. I just hadn't gone about it quite in the right order. I'm sorry I hadn't spotted that 1 was just doable. I mean, that was quite a big Sudoku miss. Okay, so now we know this line adds up to 14. We know that pair is 6, 8. This pair is allowed a 9. It's not allowed 6 and 8, so it is a 9, 5 pair to make the 14. That has to be right. Now there's a 5 X-wing, a virtual 5 X-wing. There must be a 5 in that pair and in that pair. That's going to use up the 5s for these 2 rows. And now the only place for 5 on this line is here. I might have to have a break and do some coughing. Hang on 1 second. There we go. Sorry about that. Now, that 5 looks up to and puts 3 in the corner. Well, that's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight. 5, 5. One of these is 5. This must do a bit more than I'm realizing. 3, 6, 8, 5, 9. One of these is a 4. That is not a 4 X-wing. 2 is in one of those. Oh, this is a naked single. Look, 1, 7, 9, 6, 8, 3, 5, 2, all ruled out. There's only one digit it can be. And this now sees 4 and 3 in the column. So we get a 2 there, we get a 3, 4 pair here. That puts 5 in this corner. This can't be 3 anymore. In this row, that 5 sorts out this virtual 5 X-wing. We get a 9 here. That's going to sort out this line in the middle box. This is so neat. That sorts out the 2, 8 pair. The 9 has sorted out that 9, 1 pair. That resolves the 1, 3 pair. The 8 has resolved this 6, 8 pair. I can't believe that 3, 4 pair has been untouched by these shenanigans. 4 and 6 look into those cells and make them a 5, 7 pair. This digit is a 3 to complete the row. Now I know where 5 is here. That must be a 2. Oh, I need a 2 in one of those. I suspect I'm missing Sudoku up here now. Yes, 3 comes out of those. That makes this a 3, 6 pair. This is now a 2, 7 pair. That is resolved by a 7 rather than by a 2. This is now a 1, 4 pair, and they, again, are disambiguated already. This bottom row must be very doable. That's a naked 6, I think. So then we get 8 and 2. Now, I'm going to get to the A cages last of all here, which is rather a surprise. I thought that would probably be a slightly earlier part of the solution path than it has turned out to be. But that's fine. I like being surprised as I'm doing Sudoku. 7, 2, 4, 5, 1. I mean, not literally. I don't want anyone jumping out at me from behind. This has stopped being a 2. And the 1 in the row is in one of those 5, 6, 2, 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 7, 1, 3. That is 8 or 9, and this is 4, 8 or 9. I'm gradually circumscribing my way to these A cages, circumnavigating my way to these A cages in the slowest possible way, because I hope that all the work will be done when I finally look at them. I'm really not going to spend time on them till I have to. That 2 sees this pair that I hadn't noticed. That 3 comes out of this cage. Okay, now we could start talking turkey. This has to add up to somewhere between 10 and 15. So I can at least rule the 2 out of there. That's quite interesting because that does get to place 2 in the box. Oh, I've just noticed that 7 is operating on this cell. So now I've got a 1, 8, 9 triple in this column, and that reduces this down to adding up to somewhere between 9 and 13. This is somewhere between 10 and 15. Okay, 9 there. Actually, this has done more. 4, that's a 6. That's a definite 6, right. Let's see what A is now. It's either 11 or 13. This has to be odd because that's even. There was a parity play finally, and it must be 13. There we go. So that's a 7. So A is done, and that is going to finish the puzzle. And it's been a very, very enjoyable journey. I really like this. So thanks to Little Guy, Just a Little Guy, and Chef of Death. Absolutely made it a fun experience. Thank you for that. 3 and 6 here, they don't seem to be done. That, though, has to be a 3. So now they're done. 6 and 8. That is a 5, 8 pair. This is a 7, 9 pair. This is 7 and 5. And there we go. That is Hariyama. And the solution is correct. Plenty of people have had a go at the puzzle because it's fun. Thank you, as always, for watching us on the channel, where we do try and bring you some fun stuff every day to just lighten the load day by day. Do join us if you can, again, for more tomorrow or on Patreon or whatever. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.